Hello, my name is Crystal, and today I'm up against a white belt who is about 5'10 and 170 pounds. It's Slap September, so we're grappling with slaps. And on Wednesdays, there's a mixed wrestling and jiu-jitsu class that I've been taking. Oh, and speaking of wrestling, here is a double leg takedown.
Raindrops, drop top, smoking, no cooking the hot bar. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Cooking up dope in the crock pot. We came from nothing to something, nigga. I don't try nobody, grip the trigger. Nobody call up the
I transitioned from north-south and take mount. Paul is doing a great job of using jiu-jitsu and using mount escape techniques, and the reason why this escape isn't working is because I'm grapevining his legs. I use the grapevine to drive my hips forward as Paul is trying to bench my hips to make space to get a knee in to replace guard and escape mount and try to get me off of him. Now here's a tip. If somebody has their hands low, then guess what's open? Their neck. So I attack the neck with an Ezekiel choke while he is trying to escape. In order to get an Ezekiel choke, start by getting your hips low and creating shoulder pressure. As we can see by his face, it seems Paul is definitely feeling the pressure. He does a great job of fighting his way out of the choke by bridging and rolling, so I bail on the choke because I'd rather maintain top position than finish the choke from the bottom with him inside of my guard. I step out of between his legs by backstepping. Post a hand between his legs and sprawl in order to get a very controlling top position called a cradle. Do you know that leg over yoga position? Imagine that, but forced. In jiu-jitsu, the goal here is to create so much physical discomfort that they want you to advance position in order to get relief from their current position. I move from cradle to the leg drag position so I can work on body control with strikes, known in MMA as ground and pound. Then I look to transition back into the cradle. Now I ask you, can big, strong legs fight this cradle position? Yes, but fighting gets him choked. Here are 3 tips you can use to get more submissions using an arm triangle choke, aka a head and arm choke. The first tip is timing. Anytime your head is below their elbow, it's the perfect time for the head and arm choke. Use your head to block their elbow from going to the ground. The second tip is to be sneaky. Don't be obvious by pushing your ear against their tricep because that'll cause more of a fight. Be casual and place your head until you're ready to make the transition. Tip number 3, setup is key. One setup is to go for the cradle position. When they defend the cradle position by extending their leg, slide your knee to get knee on belly. The fourth and final tip, a common trap that prevents you from getting this choke is getting caught in their legs during the transition. So use one of your legs to block to windshield washer the other over, or you could just windshield washer both feet over their legs with ballerina toes to ensure that you don't get caught inside of their legs. Here I'm looking to set up a shot using slaps or what would be jabs if this were an MMA fight. I'm focused on finding and maintaining a distance just outside the pocket and moving by circling instead of just going straight back. Here is a tip I just learned from wrestling that is super helpful, especially if you feel stuck after shooting like you can't finish the double. Take your far side arm, the one that is the opposite of your head. Here it happens to be my left arm. Hook and pull the back of their knee pit as you turn to cut the angle. This takes them down like twisting a cap off the bottle.
That bullshit get old. It'll keep me run no hoe shit, the hoe get too bold. I'm allergic to that no shit, my wrist game on cold. I might peel my coupe like just see that. You tell me.
I take mount here. I know I could get another arm triangle, but I want to mix it up. So I backstep and use the Kimura grip to try to take the back. He turns to hide his back from being taken, so I change from taking the back to attacking the arm.
Da Vinci on my wrist, cause I'm richer than most broads. Yo, Nick, these bitches trippin', let's send him a postcard. I put on my jewelry just to go to the bodega, and I keep it with me just so that I'm feeling safer.
He fights the armbar, so I put my right leg through his arms to set up a triangle choke as a second option if this first option armbar doesn't work out. We can see a tap, so the submission here is due to an armbar. That tip from my wrestling coach to pull at the knee pit really helps to finish double legs. I get mount and look to move to high mount by slapping in hopes that he forgets to keep his elbows blocking my knees. Remember, when you're mounted, defend strikes by bridging, not by bringing your hands up. Bridging causes them to keep mount by posting their hands, rendering their hands unable to strike you. If you try to block it with your hands, then your elbows come off their knees and they're able to slide into high mount, which makes the bridge and roll ineffective because you can see here, I'm not on his hips, I'm high up and sitting on his chest, which is a super crappy position to be in. I go for a mounted triangle and he slips out, but I regain mount and try again for another mounted triangle.
Stay modest about it, ayy. She elaborated, ayy. This that great poop on that AV on that TED talk, ayy. Watch my soul speak, you let the meds talk, ayy. If I kill a nigga, it won't be the alcohol, ayy. I'm the realest nigga after all. Be humble.
I go to S-mount. From S-mount, there are a bunch of submissions. You have arm bars, Kimuras, Americanas, double arm bars, and a far side arm bar. The key is to make it easy on yourself and to see what's open instead of forcing things to happen. Aggressively take openings that you see. From S-mount, I attack the far side arm by sliding over his chest and going for an arm bar. In MMA, strikes are used to soften them up, so I use slaps as gentle persuasion to break the grip to get the armbar. He is saved by the bell. Great job, great roll. It does take time to narrate and edit these videos. I do enjoy creating these videos for you, and thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed. It's like a big hug, so thank you. To make it easier to learn these moves, it really helps to see them again and to know what I'm doing and why it's being done. It also helps to see all these moves flow together. So here's a round without any edits. If you have any questions, let me know. I love reading your comments, especially when you let me know what you like in the videos or what you're working on, or, you know, it's enjoyable to talk to people. Alright, so here is the round with some good music, so enjoy. I'll see you after the round is done.
Raindrops, drop top, smoking, no cooking, the hot bar. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Cooking up dope in the crock pot. We came from nothing to something, nigga. I don't trust nobody, grip the trigger. Nobody call up the gang and they come and get janked. Cry me a river, give you a tissue. Bad and bullshit, bad. Cooking up dope with a Uzi. My niggas are savage, ruthless. We got 30s and 100 rounds too. My bitch is bad and bullshit, bad. Cooking up dope with a Uzi. My niggas are savage, ruthless. Raindrops, drop top, smoking, no cooking, the hot bar. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Cooking up dope in the crock pot. We came from nothing to something, nigga. I don't trust nobody, grip the trigger. Nobody call up the gang and they come and get jank. Cry me a river, give you a tissue. Bad and bullshit, bad. Cooking up dope with a Uzi. My niggas are savage, ruthless. We got 30s and 100 rounds too. My bitch is bad and bullshit, bad. Cooking up dope with a Uzi. My niggas are savage, ruthless.
My body, but my feet is in Bottega. Bitch, I'm getting money, give a fuck about a hair in this motherfucker. It's a whole lot of money in this motherfucker. It'll keep me run no broke shit, that broke shit get old. It'll keep me run no hoe shit, these hoes get too bold. I'm allergic to that no shit, my wrist game on cold. I might peel my coupe like just see that, you Tamara.
What's Tia? My pussy pretty, I fuck them like porn stars.
And playing basketball, but my bitches is all stars.
Da Vinci on my wrist, cause I'm richer than most broads.
Yo, Nick, these bitches trippin', let's send them a postcard. I put on my jewelry just to go to the bodega. And I keep it with me just so that I'm feeling safer. Fendi on my body, but my feet is in Bottega. Bitch, I'm getting money, give a fuck about a hair in this motherfucker.
The system broken, the schools closed, the prisons open. We ain't got nothing to lose, motherfucker, we roll. Motherfucker, we roll. With some light-skinned girls and some pretty rolls. In this white man world, we the ones chosen. So good night, cool world, I see you in the morning. I see you in the morning. This is way too much, I need a moment. No one man should have all that power. The clock's ticking, I just count the hours. Stop tripping, I'm tripping off the power. Till then, fuck that, the world's nigga sauce is Napoleon, my food is Mongolian, my ice brought the goalies and I embody every characteristic of the egotistic. He knows he's so fucking gifted. I just needed time alone with my own thoughts. Got treasures in my mind, but couldn't open up my own vault. I tell like creativity, purity, and honesty is honestly being crowded by these grown thoughts. No one man should have all that power. The clock's ticking, I just count the hours.
All right, so here it is. I just want you to know that you're doing a great job. Just keep on taking steps forward. Anything in life, it can be difficult, but keeping a positive attitude and congratulating yourself for the effort and for going even on days when you don't want to go, it's special and you're doing great. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing and liking this video. And until next time, you're awesome. And I love you. All right, bye.
Cooking up dope in the crock pot. We came from nothing to something, nigga. I don't trust nobody, grip the trigger. Nobody call up the gang and they come and get jank. Cry me a river, give you a tissue. Bad and bullshit, bad. Cooking up dope with a Uzi. My niggas are savage, ruthless. We got 30s and 100 rounds too. My bitch is bad and bullshit, bad. Cooking up dope with a Uzi. My niggas are savage, ruthless.